So today we're going to have a discussion here about why I think no buy, low buy, and wish lists are all bull. Yes, I said it. I have some reasoning here, and I myself have fallen victim to this. But before we dive into all that, hey guys, my name's Caleb. I post luxury and lifestyle related content every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So if that's something you're into, hit the subscribe button down below. Consider joining our membership. We have an awesome engaged community, members meetups, discords, extra perks, access, you name it. It's all going to be in the membership. Now today we are discussing primarily my wish lists. We're going to be reacting to some of my wish lists from the past, which are very cringe, I will admit, and no buys, low buys, and why do we post these videos every January, myself included? Like, trust me, I'm throwing shade a little bit, but I'm also throwing it at myself. I am guilty here. I have been on YouTube. Listen guys, here at the end of March, it is going to be 3 years here on the platform. Happy birthday. Thank you all so much. Every year I have posted the whole my wish list for 2022, 2023, 2024, Christmas. What do I want for Christmas? Why? I never stick to it. I think this year I said I was going to buy some more Hermes. I was going to buy the Ricky, which you can see I did do that. I stuck to that. I bought the Ricky this year, but I've also bought like 4 or 5 bags. It's the end of February. Of that bunch of handbags, only one was on my wish list, and technically I bought it in 2023, so I cheated a little bit. Don't hate me. At the end of the day, what good is a wish list for? And the no buy, low buy. Those no buy, low buy people have unboxed some of the most expensive handbags I've seen so far this year. That's all I'm gonna say. I love it. Save space. Do you? Why do we declare these things? And at the end of the day, we're human, so our minds are constantly changing. And now that luxury is like a fast fashion wastescape, landscape, whatever you want to call it, it's harder to stick to these wish lists or no buy, low buys. I'm gonna look back, and trust me, I have picked some doozies. I was rewatching some of these videos the other night. I'm like, no wonder I didn't buy that. Why did I want that in the first place? I don't know. I don't know what I want to get from this, but I don't know. I just like to shop. I think that's why we're here in the Luxe community. We all have I don't want to call it a problem because it's not a problem, but we all have a passion for the hobby of shopping. I just want to unpack some of my wish lists because they are literally so bad. All right, so we're going to kick it off in 2021, my very first year here on YouTube, and a little bit oh so cringe. I hadn't found my personality yet, but the very first thing that I discussed wanting was the Louis Vuitton favorite in the black empreinte. Why? Why did I want this bag? I'm looking back at this now, and first of all, love my tracksuit with the smattering of diamonds. If you haven't watched it yet, go back. Please don't actually. Please do not go back and watch videos that old. They're so cringe. But now that I'm looking at the favor, I'm like, that was a boring bag, Caleb Snell. Why did I want a boring $2,000 bag? It wasn't really my aesthetic at the time. It's definitely not my aesthetic now, and I have to wonder, if I had spent that money, would I still have this bag in my collection? I don't know. I don't think I would. Now, next up, this next one kind of does upset me that I haven't gotten yet. Every time I go in and ask, it's magically sold out. But this is the monogram business card holder, and I've always thought that would be the perfect card holder in a smaller bag, one of my LV clutches. Every time I go in, they do not have it, probably because at the time it was sub $300. It's honestly kind of cute. So of everything from 2021, this is the one item on that wish list that I'd be okay, if I'm in LV and I'm bored, I would buy now. Probably. Well, it's probably a lot more in price or canceled. But now next up is the Sade clutch. Now the Sade clutch had such a chokehold on me back in 2020, 2021. I was literally so excited when they announced it was dropped. Kate Moss was on the website. Why I always get excited about bags that Kate Moss is modeling. Something to unpack there. This Sade clutch, I own it. I own the black lambskin with the gold hardware. I never carry it. I can literally tell you the last time I carried it, and I think it was summer 2022. And I was wearing Giorgio Armani 2019 runway, I think, and we went to lunch. We had smoothies. It's the last time I carried that bag. Well, that could be a lie. I might have carried it to work since then. Once. But needless to say, I barely carried it. Why did I think I needed a second one? Caleb Snell in 2021, please tell me your rationale why you were willing to spend, I think it was $1,800 twice on a bag that you don't carry. Can someone explain this? So aside from that, there were a couple more YSL clutches that made the list. And then for Lepage, I quickly have outgrown for Lepage, wanting for Lepage. I never bought it. I have yet to see it in person. Now, 2022's wish list. I am wearing Gucci fresh off the runway. You're welcome, with Ben on Moon jewelry. It's a vibe. You're welcome. This year, I must have thought that I just had all the cash to blow. I had a cash gun. I was ready to blow it. There were literally 20 bags on this wish list, and why no one said, hey, Caleb, pump the brakes? Hello, please don't ever tell me to pump the brakes. I had a lot of Balenciaga on my wish list that year. I still wanted the Hourglass. I wanted the Neo Cajole, neither of which are on my wish list. I also wanted the editorial bag, which I saw in Romina Rosemay's video back at the time. And the only thing I had was a screenshot from the runway. Like, it hadn't even been released yet. I really wanted it, and then it was like 3,000 plus, and I'm like, I'm good, especially since Balenciaga back then, I don't know if they still do, I don't really keep up with the brand anymore. They were using a lot of man-made material for the leather lining, like $3,000 in a fake leather lining interior. I'm good, like tapping out. I also wanted to make my own Coach Rogue, which I still kind of do. Don't get it twisted. Like, I still want to make a custom Coach Rogue. I think it would be a ton of fun. I finally have my first Coach Rogue, which I am literally so excited to carry out in this luxury bubble that we're currently living in, where everything's like, 20% price increases every year. Probably an exaggeration, maybe not. The Coach Rogue Custom Edition has not changed in price. Like, it is still $1,200 to get snakeskin handles, a good leather on the exterior, and like a size 20 or 25. So that's kind of nice. Like, thank you, Coach. Oh, also from Coach, that was the year that they had teased us with the Eagle NYC cash and tote. You all know I have it. You all go crazy whenever I pull it out, especially like my diehard Coach fans. We know who we are. I was able to get my hands on one, and that was like the hardest I'd ever worked for a bag, says the man with the Birkin sitting behind him. But literally the hardest I've ever had to work for a bag. So glad I have it. I've carried it twice, but it is a very rare collector's piece, so take that with a grain of salt. I do love the bag though. It's just not appropriate for work. Like, I love hot hunky men, obviously, hello, but I'm not comfortable enough to take a half-naked man on my bag to work. Like, I feel like it's not very professional, and on the weekends, like, it doesn't always go with what I want to wear. So it's a rarely used bag, but I still love having it in my collection. I had also declared 2022, I think, the year of Chanel, which in fact it wasn't. I ended up getting my Hermes Kelly instead. There were several Chanel bags, a Fendi Peekaboo, a Fendi First, which I quickly got over, as well as the Gucci Diana, and then for some reason, because my wish list wasn't extensive enough, expensive, you can use whichever term you prefer, I threw in a Speedy 40 for funsies, another YSL Muse 2, another Sade clutch. Why I thought I needed another Sade clutch again in 2022 blows my mind. The YSL Sac du Jour, which I am 100% cured of. I'm thinking, don't hate me, I know Sac du Jour has a very cult following, but it's feeling of its era at this point. Like, I've moved on. I can still appreciate it, but for me, I've moved on. That brings us up to 2023. Now, for 2023, again, I'm wearing Gucci Runway. You're welcome. Someone in the comments called me a fat Austin Powers. I wear it proudly. Now, this year, I thought I wanted the Ferragamo Studio, which, I mean, was an obsession that entire year. When my husband and I got married that summer, like, it was in all the front windows at Ferragamo. We're gonna stick a pin in that. I feel like I still might want one, but if I wait too long, then I'm gonna be over it, so if I found one for a good deal, or if I'm at a Ferragamo outlet and I can get one for about $1,000, sure, I'll pick up a studio, but I'm not gonna go out of my way for it. You know what I mean? Right? Okay. I also wanted more Suhali. Listen, you guys, Suhali is my LV passion. I might not have gotten another LV Suhali bag, but I did get a Suhali wallet, which I absolutely love. I'm actually carrying my Lingerie this week. And then I wanted more multicolor, which, I mean, truth be told, like, I still wouldn't turn it down. I don't know, the aesthetic behind me, like my clean, preppy, quiet aesthetic is kind of what I'm going towards. Does multicolor really lend itself to that? Or is it more like Y2K, fun, fashion-y? I don't know as of now if it would be worth it for me to add more to my collection, but I absolutely love what I have. I wouldn't turn it down. That's another, like, if it came up and I had the extra money to blow, sure, but not something I need, right? Again, I wanted a Birkin, so we can check that one off the list. I did that one right. Again, we're not seeing a whole lot of bags that I stuck to on my wish lists here. I also asked for the Lindy, and that brings us up to this year. Now, recap real quick. I wanted the Ricky. Boom, done, got it. I also wanted more Suhali. I mean, who doesn't need more Suhali in their life? I know I don't. I need more. Give me more. I also wanted some LV Exotic, a box calf Kelly, a Gao from Hermes, a Masai from Hermes. That brings us up to today. So far this year, I've gotten the Ricky, the Rogue, my Celine Boogie, which I absolutely love, and I have 2 more bags on the way that are gonna be a bit of a surprise for you guys. Total curveball. What did we learn today? Wish lists don't mean I said what I said, save space. Same for no buys, same for low buys. Now, don't get me wrong. I posted that whole video on like setting yourself up for success in 2024. If you haven't watched it, please do. I think that, you know, wish lists, goals, whatever you want to call them, they're a good roadmap. Like they're a good framework to kind of get you to where you want to be. You don't necessarily have to follow them judiciously, like religiously, like to the point, to the letter. And I think you can still enjoy your life. Now, a lot of the pieces like that I wished for 2024, again, it's only the end of February. I think maybe March when you're watching this time, I don't really know. We're only 2 months in, and yes, I've checked off one of the bags that was like on my actual formal wish list, but the boogie bag, that was something that I had wanted for a very long time. So like I'm saying, like live your life. If you want to do a no buy, low buy, you try your hand at it, cool, do that. If you don't stick to it, whatever, like who cares? Same with your wish lists. It's nice to have a wish list. You don't have to stick to it. Will I still do wish lists in the future? Sure, fine, they're fun. Sometimes. I'm not redoing 2022. Like why I thought I needed 20 handbags blows my mind. That was so stupid. I don't know. I think living intentionally buying and shopping, whatever, yada yada, you get the drift. Anyway, guys, that's my take on wish lists. Let me know in the comments. Do they work for you? Do you stick to them? Are you like me and like you might buy a couple pieces, but you really stray away from them? Let's have a conversation about it. Until next time, guys, stay safe, have fun. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.